Good evening, Dunellen families. My name is Mrs. Macalalad, and I will be your child's teacher this year for period 4, BSI Math 12. So your child is scheduled for this class because they still have not yet met the graduation requirement for the standardized testing. Our current seniors unfortunately missed out on the SAT, the ACT, and the ASVAB testing back in the spring when our school went on remote learning and the ACT and the SATs were canceled. But we are here now, and we will help them meet the required scores for the standardized tests. The sooner the students pass one of the testing, the sooner they can transfer out of this class and into an elective. So since the beginning of the school year, our students have been preparing for the ASVAB testing, and they actually took it yesterday. We are currently waiting for the scores for that. So tomorrow we will begin the preparation for the ACT with the upcoming dates in October and one in December. If by January the students still have not met the requirements of any of those tests, we will begin the portfolio process. So what are these? What's the ASVAB, the ACT, and the portfolio? So the ASVAB is the Armed Services Vocational Aptitude Battery, which is a multi-aptitude test administered, developed, and maintained by the government's branch of Department of Defense to determine qualification of enlistments as to which branch would best suit a candidate. It was administered free of charge to the students and the school, and most of our students do meet the graduation requirements with this. It doesn't necessarily mean that they are going to the military, but it was a standardized test to qualify for the graduation requirement. The ACT and the SAT are both college entrance exams used by universities to determine the eligibility for admission to the university. These are two different exams, and the students do have to pay to sign up for these. Some students who receive free and reduced lunch are actually eligible for a free waiver, but I believe they can only have at most two, I want to say one or two fee waivers for these because they do cost about $50. Most of our BSI students have better success with the ACT, and that's why we focus on that more. Although students can register for the SAT on their own as well. Okay, and lastly, the portfolio process. Yeah, what is the portfolio? So the portfolio is this process in January when we're hopefully left with just a handful of students, and the process will be a collection of the students' work. It does take from January to March to complete, and the folders are then submitted to the state for review. The good news is all of our students have passed and met the requirement in the past. But I do tell them that you don't want to be the first one, to not pass. But by then, students really are working really hard to make this this portfolio. So our class's home base is a Google Classroom. On it, the students have the link for our daily meets, which are recorded. Students have the link for the folder, so they can always go and play back the lessons if necessary. Please do continue to remind the students to stay focused on schoolwork during school hours. It may not, they may be easily distracted with their phones and other devices. It's very tempting to just, multitask, do something while in a virtual meeting. That's the very first hurdle, I believe, for the students to really give their 100% attention and to really learn and give their very best. About myself, I have been teaching at Dunellen since 2009, so that's 12 years. Currently, I am teaching AP Calculus, Pre-Calculus Honors, Advanced Algebra and Trigonometry, and our class, the BSI Math 12. In the past, I've also taught discrete math and statistics, the intermediate algebra class, and the BSI algebra for 9th and BSI geometry for 10th. I am also an adjunct professor over at Kane University since 2012 as a part-time back then when I didn't have kids yet. And I don't know if you heard my daughter run across the ceiling because I'm in the basement. So it's been tougher. I am currently assigned 2 pre-calculus classes there this fall, but I've also taught Calc 1 and Calc 2 and the remedial math class over there. This is indeed a very different start of the school year for us, but staying optimistic. And now know that we will be delivering. This is indeed a very different start of the school year for us, but I am staying optimistic. I know we will be delivering quality education for our students. We will make the most of our virtual class sessions, keeping productive, challenging their minds, and pushing them to their best abilities. Thank you for stopping by tonight. Please reach me by email if you have any questions. I'm very excited for this school year. And with that, you're off to your next class. Thank you again, and good night.